what made you want to start YouTube? Boldest text I've sent. Favorite YouTubers and things to do in your free time. So what's the hardest part about your last couple months of high school? I always be listening to Brent Faiyaz in all my videos. Oh my gosh. My favorite artist right now, I would say, is Janae Aiko, Kehlani, Brent Faiyaz, and Drake. And I just got into Drake. Drake is pretty good. Especially this song I'll play for you guys. I really need to do a playlist video. Oh my freaking gosh. That's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna get copyrighted so bad. But I'm not monetized yet, so that does not even affect me right now. Wait for it. Wait for it. Honestly, I'm trying to stay focused. Me and my girlfriend be saying that to each other all the time. Oh, like I'm trying to stay focused. Like every time we send a picture of each other, we be like, oh, I'm trying to stay focused. Like every time we flirt with each other, we say like such out of pocket memes. Like the one with Berleezy that's like, oh, what are we talking about? So every time we say something slick to each other, we're like, what are we talking about? It's just so funny. I know you saw me listen to Party Next Door too in my last vlog. It's just, it be giving the perfect late night vibes. Anyway, but this is not a playlist video. Let me get back to doing my hair. Look at my hair, guys. It looks so good. Okay, I'm done. I'm done being vain. I'm done. I'm sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Aaliyah. So in today's video, I'll be showing you my everyday makeup routine. My everyday makeup routine is pretty quick. And so it's not so much of a tutorial. I'm not going for like a certain look today, but I want to give you guys an idea of what you can do for your everyday makeup routine to maybe make it quicker, or ideas of some products that you may want to use in your routine. If you want, you can leave me a comment below and let me know if you want to see other specific makeup tutorials on like a certain look, because I do love makeup and I would love to show you guys products and methods on how to do your makeup, so let me know. But today's video, I'll be showing you a simple and quick makeup routine that I use every single day, and in addition, I'll also be answering your questions. I posted something on Instagram where people can ask me their questions, and make sure that you're following me on Instagram so in my next Q&A you can ask me your own questions. And I also did put a community tab one, so make sure that you're checking there too in case like you want to be involved in any of my videos or ask me any questions. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm just going to be using this mirror because I always use a mirror when I use my makeup. Oh, you can see you guys. So this is my makeup bag. It's honestly kind of messy and the zipper is broken, so I have to fix it, but it holds a bunch of stuff, which is why I love it. But again, this routine isn't gonna be like a full face, so you're not gonna see me use like primer and like setting powder and all that stuff, because it's just an everyday sort of thing to like cover up some pimples, my under eye spots, and like just to like, you know, enhance some of my features. The first thing that I use is this Too Faced Multi Sculpting like concealer, and it's a little bit messy because for some reason like my bottle like leaks out, so while it's in the bag it be leaking out like that, and I'm sorry it looks like that. I've had this for a couple years, but it's lasted me years. I use it every day and it's one of my favorite concealers of all time. I've tried so many different concealers because concealer is the main thing that I use for makeup, just because I have very veiny under eye circles, and you can't see it too much right now because my camera has like a feature where it makes your skin kind of soft, but I do have very veiny under eye circles because I don't sleep. I'm a night owl, and you guys know this about me. But this is the only one I found that is very hydrating and it covers it up, and I only have to put a little bit of it, so I just put like a couple dots and it covers it up. I also have the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is relatively new. I just started using this, and I know that this has been in the makeup game for a very long time, for a couple years, because I remember being young and I remember watching beauty gurus and all of them would use this one. Every single one, they would like swear by it. And honestly, Like, I think it's around the same as the Too Faced one. This one is just a little bit more drying. I feel like it just doesn't blend as well. The Too Faced one just blends perfectly. I would use this one if I was doing a full face of makeup because it just takes more time to blend. So I would not be using this one every day. Using this one because it just takes a quicker time to blend. Oh my gosh, I have to charge my mirror and for like the lighting. And the charger is so short, so I'm struggling so much right now. Favorite brushes of all time are Real Techniques brushes, and they're sponges. They're like the perfect brushes in my opinion. I have the whole set of these, but the main ones that I use are, I use this concealer one and I use this buffing one. It's called the Expert Face Brush. This one is called the Deluxe Crease Brush. This might be for eyeshadow, but I use it for concealer, and then I blend out the rest with this one. I blend out everything with this one because I use more cream brush, cream bronzers. I don't really use powder products, and so this one just blends everything perfectly. I used to use a sponge because I thought that it blended a little bit better, but this brush, it blends everything just perfectly and very quickly, and it's perfect because I am a night owl. I stay up late. I wake up mad early for school. I was looking for a brush that wouldn't take a long time to blend everything out, and I started using this. It takes me 2 minutes to do my concealer, and then like basically I'm like halfway done with my makeup routines. I do really love this brush. It's amazing, and I swear by this one. Look at me, I'm a little beauty guru now. So sometimes I'll just blend it with this one if I want to be more precise. If I want to conceal a blemish, I'll use this brush. It just adds more coverage, and then this one just blends it more and spreads it out more. Like a good amount of product on this brush, so I'll usually spread it around my whole face, kind of like a foundation, but it's just like a little bit, and I just like spread it around just to fix any discoloration or cover up any other blemishes that I have. I don't know if any of you guys have it too, but I have like a little like pink spot right here. It gets like super irritated. I don't know why, maybe it's oily or dry or something like that, but it gets like a little bit red. I don't know if you can notice it. We put some over there, and I just split it around my whole face. So let me start answering some of the questions. One of the questions are, do you have any Netflix recommendations? I love your videos, by the way. Thank you. This is my friend. She's very, very sweet. She has a YouTube channel. Do I have any Netflix recommendations? Yes, I do. There's a lot of shows on Netflix that I really, really, really like. And I think that Netflix just needs to step up their game because they be canceling all my favorite shows. And like, that's why hashtag cancel Netflix always be trending on Twitter, I swear to you. But I really love the show You. I'm currently watching it with my girlfriend right now. We're about to finish the first part of the 4th season, and honestly the 4th season is not the best. It's definitely a lot different from the rest of the seasons, but it hasn't been my favorite. I would say like actually the first 3 seasons are my favorite, but the first season is just a classic. It's really good. I recommend watching it. It's a lot different from other shows. There's just so many like psychological things about it. I also recommend First Kill. It's a very, very corny show, but if you like queer shows, I think that you would like that show because it's a vampire show, and it's like these 2 girls, and like one is a hunter and one is a vampire, and at the beginning they try to kill each other, and then all this stuff happens. So I do recommend watching that one. But Netflix did cancel it, so just a disclaimer, Netflix did cancel it after the 1st season, so we don't know how the story was gonna end. The show Sex Education, I freaking love that show. I've seen it like 2-3 times too. I just love rewatching shows. I don't know why, but like I just have so many comfort shows I like to rewatch. And basically it's about this guy who's in high school, and his mom is like a sex educator or like sex therapist or something like that, and he basically like knows a lot about like sex education. Him and this girl made this business to where people will like pay them for like sex education. It's a British show. They have like accents, and I think that's like a really cool part of the show. I assure you there's gonna be somebody that you relate to in the show. I love the show. Those shows are literally right in my watch, and my recently watched. You have First Kill, You, and I was about to mention Ginny and Georgia. It's a very popular show, so you might have seen it already, but I think that that's a really good show. The 1st season was corny as hell and very like just cringy, but second season you actually see so much character development in all the characters. I think that is very, very meaningful, because as someone who has been depressed before and who has struggled with mental health, the show portrays a lot of that, especially in the second season. So I feel like it's easy to relate to if you deal with that, and I think it adds a lot of awareness to the topic, which is very important because mental health is very important. Another one I love is All American. A lot of episodes with that show, and the episodes are 40 minutes. So if you like long shows, I would definitely watch All American. It's about a football player. It's based on real life events. I just love the vibe of the show. A part of the show where some of the characters are like super rich and they live in these mansions, and I just love, like, I don't know, I love watching shows with mansions in it because I love that vibe. I love Shameless. I just finished watching it a couple months ago. There's 11 freaking seasons. It took me months to get through it. I think that that show is a must watch. Like, everybody at some point has to watch an episode or two, because I don't know, like, you kind of get so attached to those characters, and it's a show where after you finish watching it, you kind of like are left feeling kind of empty, because you just get so attached to the characters and their development and everything. I also love Heartstopper, which is another queer show. If you're into very, very corny, if you're a hopeless romantic like me, you're gonna love the show because it's very corny, very romantic. Here's a couple honorable mentions that I'm not gonna really explain. 13 Reasons Why, Trinkets, Grand Army, Never Have I Ever, Stranger Things, The Good Place, She-Ra, which is a cartoon. That's what I have on my paintings in the back. Insatiable, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Squid Game, Manifest, Firefly Lane, My Unorthodox Life. That is a reality show, and I don't watch reality shows, but it's one of the best like reality shows I've seen. Obviously, I have a hard time multitasking because I was not doing my makeup at the same time. Whatever, don't get on to me about it. But I've been recently using this Cream Fenty Beauty blush. So before that, I was using this free one that I got from Sephora, and this is from Milk Makeup. This one is a lighter shade. Today I'm gonna put on the darker one because I feel like it's very, very cute. And I just take a little bit on my finger. I just dab a couple dots right above, right on my cheekbone actually. When you put your makeup like higher than where it's supposed to be, it kind of gives you like a lift, and I found that to be kind of true, because then I'll put my highlighter on top and then like it gives me like a little bit of lift, and I really like that. I don't really put it right here, I put it on my cheekbones. Use the brush, it's kind of like gonna go away a little bit more. Use your finger, it's gonna be more vibrant on your face. The next thing I do is put on a highlighter. This is from I Heart Revolution, and their packaging is usually like candy, so this one is a chocolate bar. I've seen one where it's like a donut. It's very, very cool. It has 2 different shades in it. Where I put my highlighter is I put it right on the top of my nose. Kind of look at where the light, the natural light, or the light that I'm using is highlighting my face already. So I didn't put any highlighter here, but you could see like the lighting is highlighting my nose right there, so that's usually where I put my highlighter. And I also put it above my blush, on my cheekbones, and sometimes I'll put it on my cupid's bow. I think it's very cute. And let me answer another question before I move on. Somebody said, what made you want to start YouTube? But say I could go on a whole rant. I could go on a whole 2-hour rant on why I want to start YouTube. Let me give you guys a little summary of the story, and then I think that in the future I'll probably make a whole video on why I wanted to be a YouTuber. I wanted to start YouTube from a very, very young age. I remember being 8, 9 years old and going on my phone making little videos. I also began to watch YouTube a lot. Before, it was more like of a music thing. I remember like 2012. I mainly just watched like music videos on there, but as I got older and I got more into YouTube, I realized that people were making niches. There is beauty stuff on YouTube, there is cooking stuff on YouTube, there is hair stuff on YouTube, comedies, gaming, so much different things. And I would watch my fair share of gaming and like beauty videos growing up. One of my favorite YouTubers from back then, her name was Lily Singh. She has, I think, 14 million subscribers now, but I'd watch her every single day. I'd watch her vlogs because I remember seeing her lifestyle and the lifestyle that YouTube allowed her to have, and I remember being like, that's my dream life. It wasn't so much about the money, the fact that YouTube just gave her so many creative outlets. I remember following her career, and she made books. I remember that she had like a book signing at Barnes and Nobles, and she went on a tour. She made music. I remember she would meet all these celebrities in her vlogs, and they would also partake in some of her videos. And I remember being like, that's so cool, you know, being like a regular person and just posting yourself on the internet and it giving you all of these opportunities. And she even later got her own late night show. I made a YouTube channel when I was 11 years old, and I would just like post little videos. I would like import little videos on this editing app, and it would kind of like edit the video for me, and I'd add some text and I upload it on YouTube. And it was like the silliest videos, but I just make some with my friends, and I'd be like, I'm recording a YouTube video right now. When it didn't grow as fast as I wanted it to, I just quit, and I was like, it's not gonna happen for me. And I was like, maybe I'm just not meant to do it. Maybe it's just, maybe I'm being unrealistic, right? I started up YouTube again when I was 14. This is my old channel. It's titled aaliyahsspace as well. You guys may have seen it already. You guys may have come from my last channel. I started YouTube again when I was 14. And I remember literally every weekend I'd film a video, and I would spend the entire day editing until it got dark. And I loved it. I was so entranced by it. I remember just like not getting up for hours until I was done editing my video. And then I uploaded it, and I just feel so proud of myself. And I also wanted the idea of just being able to go back and look at my progress, look at the journey that I went through. And so when high school started, I kind of got busy. I got more into like friends and clubs, and YouTube was just kind of like this thing on the side that I wasn't worried about. I was like, this thing is probably going to grow very slow. It's not going to give me a chance to develop a career in it, and I'm just doing it just to upload. I had 40 subscribers. It wasn't growing, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. And then COVID happened, and I remember still wanting to make videos because I was like, this is the best time. I have the time now, but I didn't know what to make videos about. I was like, I'm at home, I'm stuck at home, doing online school, like there's nothing interesting about my life right now. Even though it was something that I knew I loved and I knew that I was passionate about, I just didn't have the motivation because at the time I wasn't really thinking about building a career. 2 years later, last year, 2022, I just saw other people, and I was like, they're doing the same thing that I can imagine myself doing. And I feel like I can do that same thing, and I feel like I can grow. I want to try again. I want to be consistent. I really want to do what I love again. It was at a time in my life where I really needed something to motivate me, something to look forward to, and I was like, this is something that I think is really going to give me a purpose in my life. I always felt that my purpose was to change lives, to help inspire people, to have conversations with people. And honestly, YouTube raised me. I remember there were so many YouTubers where I learned everything I know from, and I wanted to be that person for somebody else one day. And so I started rebranding my old channel. I started realizing that I wanted like a music career because I love writing, I love singing. I was like, I'm gonna try songwriting. I told myself I think that the way for me to start with my music career is to start posting covers. So I started posting covers. Eventually, again, my YouTube just wasn't growing. I tried doing sub for sub, that wasn't really working. I tried paying for ads, that didn't grow my channel. This brought a lot of subscribers who weren't watching my videos, so I was like, I just don't know what to do at this point. I was like, kind of ready to quit. Until I had a conversation with myself. I was like, this is what I really want to do. This is where I see my career going, and I can see myself doing so many different things with YouTube, building a community and a family with you guys on here, helping you guys, inspiring you guys, and also making a creative career out of that with maybe music or writing, something that I really enjoy. And I want to spend my life doing something that I really enjoy. I love cinematography, I love making videos, I love editing, and I could see myself doing this for the rest of my life and being content and happy with that. If I want to make it happen, I'm gonna have to be consistent. I cannot quit this time. I have to keep going with it. So in November, I started a new channel with the same name because aaliyahsspace is my brand now. I was like, I'm gonna make my own brand. I'm gonna go on my own journey, and I have to stick with it. I have to be okay with it taking time, and I have to enjoy it. I have to enjoy all of the journey. My brother gave me a bunch of pep talks because he supports me in every single way when it comes to YouTube and my career. I started uploading some of my old videos from my old channel on this channel. I started making money with content creation, and enough money to buy a camera, so I was like, I'm gonna invest in what I love. I'm gonna buy this camera, and it has been the best decision ever. My YouTube channel is growing at a rate that it hasn't before, and even though I might not always have the number that I want at the moment, it's still growing, and that still means the absolute world to me. And you guys mean the absolute world to me. I literally remember a couple months ago in my videos, I had like 26, 27 subscribers. I was like, I love you 26 subscribers, and now I'm at 173. And I think that that amount in just a couple months is honestly exactly what I've dreamed of. I think growing up with YouTube really inspired me wanting to do it one day. Honestly, a dream come true to finally like be here and doing what 11-year-old me dreamed of. So it's just something that I knew I was meant to be doing. That's why I wanted to start YouTube, and that's my story. And so I have another question, and it's, what are your plans for the future? And where I hope that my career goes with YouTube is that I definitely want to make music, and it is in the progress, it is in the making, and it's a very, very interesting process. I would love to publish books one day because writing is my absolute favorite thing in the world. I would love to make my family proud of me, you know, and like write something and publish something one day and have my name on it, and like maybe have it in Barnes and Nobles. I think that would just be so cool. I would love to have my own business one day. A couple years ago, I was trying to launch my own lip gloss business, but I just didn't follow through with it. And so I hope that one day I can invest into my own beauty business. But my main focus is singing, releasing an album, and, you know, always being here for you guys on YouTube. But beside that, right now I am in college, and I will be transferring to university this year. I'm planning on either going to Howard or Stony Brook. Yeah, I am majoring in biology. The reason being is that I would love to either go into biology research or become a physician assistant and go to PA school if YouTube doesn't work out. But honestly, that's more of just a backup option. You know, it doesn't always work out the way that we want it to, so I do have that option because I do love biology, and my dream has always also been to be a doctor as well. So honestly, I would be happy doing both. I just know that one of my purposes in life is just to help people and to change lives. I think that if I accomplish doing that at some point in my life, that I will be fulfilled with my little journey here on earth. So my girlfriend actually asked a question as well. She said, who or what inspired you to start creating content? Please go subscribe to my girlfriend. I admire her so much because she is so consistent. Her content is just so entertaining, so at least just check out her content. But again, that question, kind of like I answered it already. My friend Michelle asked, boldest text I've sent. So let's see. We had to ask her, like, I don't know, we will wait back for her response. But while we do that, let's finish the makeup routine. The next step is very, 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 very important for my routine. And I use Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I've used a couple different brow gels, and this by far is the best one that I have used because it lasts, when they say 24 hours, it lasts all day. This will not come off unless you wash it off. Sometimes I fill in my brows and I use this Morphe brow pencil, and I'm pretty sure this is in the dark brown shade. I think that with a brow pencil you can go kind of cheap for that one because it's literally just pigment on a stick. I'll definitely get a high quality brow setter because this is like, I am not gonna fill my brows today because they've been growing out a little bit. So I brushed them up, and I kind of go in the direction that my brows are already, and then I take it and I kind of like put them in the shape that I want them to be in. So that's how I shape them. And then go on the other side. I don't even have to dip it in again because there's enough product on here for both of my brows. I brush it up in the direction. I'm going to be using the James Charles Morphe palette. I do have the mini one, but I just feel like the big one is just like, it has this vibe to it. It looks like a whole paint palette, and I think it's like, I don't know. Who needs eyeshadow that big? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look. YouTube appropriate is crazy. If anybody's bold, she's the bold one. I just never have the guts. Oh my gosh. I mean, this one's okay. I guess we'll use this one. That's your bold message, okay? Are you guys happy now? A bunch of browns in here, so my main focus is gonna be using the browns, but I will be using this one. And I use this cheap brush. I feel like with brushes you can kind of go cheap on them. I use this Wet n Wild like blending brush, and this brush is perfect for like blending anything out. And I'll kind of set it like on the very end of my eye until they're both even. And then I'll start to kind of diffuse it over my whole eye just a little bit, but the concentration is going to be right on the end of my eye. And with this darker brown shade, and then this one is going to go at the strictly like at the very end. I always put a glitter eyeshadow. I don't really like the glitters in this one, so I'm probably going to use a different palette for that. I'm going to go into the Jaclyn Hill palette. As you can tell, Morphe palettes are my favorite palettes. I find that they're the most affordable and pigmented palettes, so Morphe is my favorite brand for eyeshadow. I think I'm gonna go in with this one right here. All I do is pack it right on the inner lid. And then I'll add like a brighter shade in the inner corner, so then I'm just gonna use this wider shade. And the most important step in all of my eyeshadow looks is that I use black eyeshadow as eyeliner. So I'm gonna go back into the James Charles palette, use this black color right here. I'm going to go in with a thin angled brush. I just line it. I start from the middle, I line it, and then I go out of the inner corner. And sometimes I like smoke it out a little bit, and so I'll just rough it up by the edges of it. But honestly, that's kind of all I do for my makeup. This is my favorite lip gloss because it just adds kind of like a pinkish tint to your lips. The NK lip gloss. This one is in the shade Cherry. This is just my favorite one because it adds like the perfect tint. Some people line their lips, which I think is a very cute look, and I do want to try that. I feel like my lips already kind of have like a little bit of like lining right there and right here. Like they're two different colors, so I feel like this just enhances that color even more. But today I'm going to be using the Mario Vescu facial spray, and I just feel like it melts all my makeup perfectly together, and when it dries it just has the perfect finish to it. It especially blends, like, I don't know, it does something to my eyeshadow where like my eyeshadow just pops more, guys. So this is the finished makeup look. This is my everyday makeup routine. Make sure that I answered all of the questions. Okay, so we have 2 more questions, and one of them is favorite YouTubers and things to do in your free time. My free time, besides YouTube and from school, I do like to read, and I like to work out and meditate. I'm painting. The paintings on my wall, I made those. So I'm currently painting this one right here, and I'll show you guys when it's done. I like to play video games. One of my favorite games is Minecraft. I grew up playing that. Sometimes I'll play story games, my favorite game being Life is Strange, and I'm next going to play The Last of Us because they just made a TV show out of it. Animal Crossing. I'm a Roblox kid sometimes. Yes, I'm gonna admit it, I'm a Roblox kid. Yes. My favorite YouTubers I like to watch is Hindsight as Leah Williams. I grew up watching her. Aaliyahsspace, I grew up watching her too. Leah Lee. I also watch a lot of true crime, so I watch Kendall Ray, Bailey when she does like the makeup and mystery videos. And like I said before, Grace Janelle, Bobby, the guy who does the R&B playlist. Those are always so fire. I definitely do watch other YouTubers, but those are my favorite that I've been watching recently. And then the last question is, what's the hardest part about your last couple months of high school? So if you don't know, I am doing a dual enrollment program with my high school, so I'm getting college credit and high school credit, meaning that I do not go to my high school. I'm still enrolled there and I'm still graduating from there, but and technically I am a senior, but I also am technically a first year in college, like a freshman in college. I haven't been in high school since last year. I would say the hardest part is really figuring out where I want to go to college, figuring out the financial situation with like living on my own for the first time, and being independent and alone in general for the first time. It's just kind of like preparing myself for that, and like everything that I've been preparing for my whole life is finally coming true. And like, you know, they prepare you for college since like you're very, very young, and you're supposed to be thinking about it for years and years before it happens. And so I think that it's very surreal for it to all be coming true, but honestly I love it. I can't wait to have my independence. I'm very, very excited for the next few months to see what it brings. I'm very excited to start my career. So guys, I thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and thank you for listening to me rant, answering your questions. Make sure that you stay connected with me on all my other platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, the community tab on YouTube. I also have a podcast, and I am on places such as Twitter too, so you can check those out. The link is in my description. I answer every single comment and every single thing, so make sure that you just comment below in general. Let me know if you like my video, like this video if you liked it, and make sure that if you are not subscribed that you subscribe, because what are you waiting for? I know that you want to stay in my space, and I know that you want to stay along for the journey. Make sure that you are subscribed and turn on the notification bell. It's right next to the subscribe button, and it just notifies you every single time I upload a video. I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I got wiggles in my system, and I'm trying to give a fuck, cause I'm a lawyer tonight and hate you when I wake up. Girl, do you feel how I'm feeling, baby? Give me some of your love. Come give me some of your love. Come give me some of your love. Cause it's on. Turn on the radio, baby. I'll turn you on. Make sure you're ready, baby, cause I'm